Okay, legends. So I'm going to start off with the dollar index, and we'll quickly run over the other pairs. So I had my invalidation level for dollar index here from previous level, which is this low here. We did not take out Monday's low. Okay, we made a higher low. So what is that telling you? We made a low, high, broke that high, a higher low. We haven't made a higher high just yet. I made another higher low. Okay, so my objective, okay, the range we're working within is what? That high there and that high there, okay? So from the weekend, I said when this made a higher high and made this up candle here, bullish candle here, my bias for the range was higher prices. So I believe we're still going to take this high out. Well, this high, and short-term target this high. So from current price levels, we are what? 55 ticks away, okay? And then later on, we've got what? If we go to the weekly, we've got this. Personally, I think we're going to reach this level here, okay? Now, looking at the weekly, let's look at this now. Let's break it down. This weekly block here. Okay, can you guys see that? Down candle led to the move up, broke the high, breaking mark structure, retest. Then this weak candle closed bearish, pushed up. Where we at now? We're above the weekly open. It's only Tuesday. Well, we're heading into Wednesday now. We're above the weekly open. We found support here, and we're starting to push up now. Okay. Now on the daily basis, we've come down and made a. If you separate, delineate the lines. So you guys got this, okay? So I'm gonna remove this green box. If I delineate the days, right? Monday's low. Tuesday we made a higher low. If I break it down, we've come into this down candle here, right? Late in the day, respect it and pushed up, okay? So ideally, I still don't want to see Monday's low broken, okay? And I've still got my high time frame target. So overall, I'm still bullish this dollar. Conservative entry would be what? I've still mentioned this. Conservative entry would be break of this breaker, conservative entry, retest, and then go long. Okay. Now let's look at the majors to clarify things a bit. Okay. So that's just dollar. Is everyone clear with my dollar bias and why I've got this? Is everyone clear with it? Okay. Let's move on to the main shit. So euro dollar now. So back to the euro dollar. The range I'm working with is within this low to this high. Okay. So if I draw my fibs from that, the daily, because I'm working within the GMT candles, right? The daily has not closed yet. I'm still waiting for that. But I'll explain how I look for shorts. So this is 50% of the range, right? Because we're below 50% of the range, I'm still looking for shorts. But that's not enough. We need more of a case for it. So looking at the daily, we've got price came into this daily order block here. Okay. Came to this daily bearish candle, bearish order block, sold off. Pushed up, made a higher low. Confluence that with what? This bearish breaker. This down candle led to the move up, took out this high. So think of the bigger picture now, okay? Don't just think of the price action you're within, think of what's happened overall. So if that's the case, right, we're expecting bearish prices, then we're expecting the bearish blocks to hold. So this is 50% of the range that I've just marked out. We spiked up into what? This bearish daily block here. Now I use the Monday's range a lot, okay? Monday high. And Monday low. We're still early in the week, so there's a lot of price action to go through. So what's happened so far? We've ripped up into the daily bearish order block. Now to refine that a bit more, we can say, see these two down candles here? Ignore the wick, okay? Ignore the wick. Focus on the bodies. Support, 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 resistance, resistance again. Can you guys see that? Okay, below so confluence everything together, build a case. Okay, so if we close below this, then this up candle here, this up move here, fast up move was what? A stop rate. If we close above the 70s, call it 75 level here, right? that will mean we're probably going to go higher, and within the bigger range, bigger daily range, from this low to this high, we're most likely to take out these stops here. Okay, so that's what I'm waiting for. Now, how do I enter? What I want to see is, see this down candle here? Well, technically from that high to this low, okay, but I'm just going to mark up minimum price, okay, this down candle here. If we can get, heading into London, a sell-off, right, break this low, technically right now this is a bullish order block, okay, but because we're expecting bearish price action, I want to see this break. So if we can get a sell-off, right, a sell-off, that would mean that this up move was just a stop trade. Then I can sell a retest of that, wait for my weaker price action, and start targeting this low, and then what? The bottom of the range. Okay? I'm still waiting for that. It hasn't set up just yet. I'm still waiting for the daily close. But if we get what I'm expecting, so this up move, I do not want it to go what? Above 50% of this up candle. So I'm assuming, I'm going into the market assuming that this already is a bearish daily block, okay? So I'm building up my thesis for the market. So I've marked this out at what? 170, 1.1771. Call it 1.1770, okay? Is everyone with me so far? So the highest point I want to reach is that's the highest. If it goes any higher, then most likely we're gonna go close above the 1.1775. Then I may have to reassess during London what we get. But I wanted to push up and then I wanted to push down. So what have we done so far on the lower time frame, right? Lower time frame, we've got this level here. What is that confluence with? This bearish block here, okay? So if it pushes up, if it's gonna push up further, I do not want to see it go higher than this. If it goes higher than this, then most likely I believe we're gonna go above this, and then I might have to switch my bias. As it stands, I'm bullish dollar index, okay? Now my setup will be obviously a break of this low here, clean break, retest in London, and then target 1. Well, target 1 is there, then target 2, and then lower prices, okay? Everyone clear with that, euro dollar? So now I'm going to point out the pairs that are lying in confluence with that to support the dollar in bullish, okay? So sometimes when you go into the market, right, you may say, oh, well, I don't know, am I bullish dollar? I don't know. Well, what you do is you look at other pairs, okay, to confluence your idea. Now I'll go to gold. Now I pointed out yesterday, in yesterday's market review, bearish gold idea, okay, bearish gold idea, okay. So I pointed out what? Do you guys remember when I pointed out this down candle here? This down candle, price moved up, broke that high, support. I can also move that the whole candle, support, support, break through that, resistance, resistance, and this was my sell. So going to a lower time frame, see these down candles here. Now I'm just gonna mark at the minimum, but see these down candles here. It led to the move up to cut these stops, okay? As soon as this broke, that's it. That was the first sign that this wants to go lower, and the high is possibly set in. So what do we wait for at this point, right? Think of the market like this. At this point, if the market's going to push up higher, okay, then I want to see a lower high. What does it form? A lower high. Then it comes down in the day. It forms what? This breaker now becomes activated, or it's more useful now. So I'm still bearish this market, okay, and I'm still aiming for, from the targets I've viewed, I marked out from the weekend and yesterday's review video, this low here. I still believe this low is going to get taken, and I'm aiming for well, each swing low really. And personally I believe we're going to come down into this area here, okay. My target for the week will be around the 1250 to 1245 to 1250 is my target. I've already mentioned that, okay. So this target is 1251. So my weekly target is minimum, at least I think, take out this low and then this here. Everyone clear with that right now? If you're not clear, just ask a question at the end. But so far, is everyone clear with this? So we can see that the bearish flow is being respected. We can also start bringing support and resistance. Well, this support level here, resistance, and then pushed up this breaker, support, breakdown, the first sell-off, retest, and another sell-off. Okay, so I'm still looking for lower prices. What would invalidate this idea is if we make a clean move above this high, and depending on what the dollar is doing, then I might have to change the idea. Okay, that's that. Dollar yen worked out perfectly from the earlier session we did. So ideally I want to see this low hold. My invalidation overall would be a break of the weekly low. So if I do this right now, this here is my invalidation level, this low here. Please do not unmute your mic. This low here is my invalidation level and I want to see it. So weekly open, let's mark out the weekly open for this. So the weekly open comes in at 114.052, 114.052. Okay, so conservative guys would be say, okay, let me get above the weekly open, and my target is what? Looking at the weekly daily chart, sorry, next target is going to be here, the 114.50 level. Okay, that's where we're aiming for next. So we're heading into Asia now. So because I want to see, we've come down, we've taken out these lows here. Into what support level have we come into? This is what I mentioned earlier. Okay, now I want to see higher prices, price starting to push up. Okay, so okay, so 114.30 and then 114.50 is my next target. I mentioned the reasoning behind this, which was based on from here. So we had if I go to a 30-minute candle, we had this down move here, right? It didn't hold for sellers, but if you were selling here and you were wrong, got stopped out, switch bias, go long. This impulse move up proved that buyers stepped in and this level is holding. So this level here was used, these down candles was used for buying again, and I showed how I went long here. So it's come down, it's took another stop. So ideally this low should hold, and we're looking for higher prices now. Okay, so wait for Asia, lower time frame PA, get on board. Is everyone clear with that? So there's no clear entry for me here, but ideally I want to see what price come into here if you can, right? If we come into here, so if we get something like this come into Asia, I'd like to see this push down, then for it to prove to me buyers have stepped in. How? Make a higher high and break market structure. So for example, say this was Asia and this was moving down, this is the swing high here, short term. If it breaks that, that shows me buyers have stepped in. Then I want to see a pullback, right? Then get long. Okay, is everyone clear with that? Going to the Aussie dollar, right now we are within this daily bullish block. Okay, so a conservative entry would be wait for a break of this, retest, and aim for these lows. Or if you look at this carefully now, delineate the days, we got this low here, right? This low here, we've pushed up. Where was the high formed? Yesterday's low. So we're expecting this low to be resistance now. Okay, so you can say, well, I'll wait for the one strategy I go over is the open high low close. So assuming that this is the high already priced in, similar play as euro, these down candles. So let me just get rid of this for now. Similar play for euro, because we're entering the Asia session and the Aussie is active, the dollar yen is active, the Kiwi is active during the Asia session. I want to see what a breakdown from this, retest, any weakness, sell the fuck out of it, and you know my downside objectives. Okay, everyone clear with that? Kiwi, I still hold the same view. I still think we're gonna take out these lows here. Okay, same play for the Kiwi. Everyone clear with that? It's a quick review. I just want to go over my main play going into tomorrow. It will be the euro. Still short euro. If it gives me the price action I want, like I said, then I'm gonna be shorting the fuck out of the euro. Everyone clear with that? And gold. Euro and gold are my main plays. So I've just got asked what is my open, high, low, close strategy. So say example, this daily kind of closed here. I'll wait for the open. Say this is the open. Any move above it, that's fine. Form some price action. As soon as it gets back below the open, I look to play as they open for resistance. Okay. Retest of the open, or if there's resistance there, play it down lower. I believe this we're gonna take out these lows here. Everyone clear with that? It's just a quick brief review, and when I take my entries, I'll post my entries anyway, okay, on Twitter, where I'm looking at. So this is just where I think market's gonna go, and if I'm wrong, then I'll switch my bias and I'll just let you guys know anyway. So I'm just gonna stop the recording. I'll take questions. Okay, pound yen. So with pound yen, right, we've come into this daily bullish block, okay. The down candle to move up, we come down into it. If we look here, refine it a bit more. See this down candle here? Led to the move up, found support here, support here. Yes, we broke through it here, but then we found resistance here. See how this is acting as a pivot. Support, resistance, break above, support, support again. This low unfolded at 1845 GMT, okay? Back to the dollar yen. Where was this low formed? If I go to the 15 minute, 1845 GMT, that's confluence, okay? Into what? This key level here I mentioned out. Let me see if gold did the same thing, because dollar yen and gold are usually inverse. So let's quickly go to gold chart. 15 minute. Yeah. Around the same time. That's just confluence, okay?